What if I told you you already have everything you need to land yourself a job in industry, but the last thing you need to do is polish off your CV? The truth is, your CV isn't just a list of everything you've ever done, it's a strategic document that you should leverage more than you think. It's about framing your skills, your experience, and your value in a way that speaks directly to the roles that you want. And look, I get it, writing CVs can feel overwhelming, especially when you're moving from academia to industry and you're wondering how to basically turn your research projects into something that stands out. But here's the thing, I've had a lot of compliments on my CV over the years. In fact, I actually had people tell me that they would happily hire me based on my CV alone. So today, I'm going to spill all the tea and break down on how to structure your CV, how to highlight your experience, some of the common mistakes that can hold you back, and we're going to make sure that you're going to show employers exactly why you are the perfect fit. I'm Dr. Alexandra, a post-PhD girly navigating my late 20s and life in the pharmaceutical industry, and I'm here to make science, personal development, and life hacks simple and accessible so we can all live our best and authentic life. First up, let's talk about the differences. Let's be real, academic and industry CVs, they're basically two completely different species. If you're coming from academia, you've probably got this very long scroll of a CV with pages upon pages with conferences, publications, and basically every single research project you've ever breathed near. In the industry though, it's a whole different game. They want it short, sharp and impactful and want it 2 pages max. Think less of everything I've ever done and more of what value do I bring to the business. So how do you actually transform your academic CV into an industry-ready powerhouse? Let's break it down. Step 1, recognize your value. First off, stop seeing your academic background as a limitation. It's not. You bring a unique set of skills, you just need to frame them right. Let's look at key transformation principles. Number 1, shift from descriptive to results-oriented language. Number 2, highlight your transferable skills. So this is your project management, data analysis, and problem-solving skills. Number 3, show your awareness of product development and clinical phases, or maybe commercial if you're looking for sales-based roles. And number 4, emphasize your adaptability and innovation. Step 2, do a skills audit. So let's grab a piece of paper and start listing technical skills. So basically this is your lab techniques and your analytical methods, anything that you've had your hands on and that you've mastered. Your transferable skills, so this is your project management, your data analysis, communication and problem solving skills. Don't just think about what you've done in the lab. What was the broader impact? Did you improve a process or did you solve a bottleneck issue? And lastly, think about your collaborative work. Cross-functional projects show that you can work with different personalities and stick to joint deadlines, which is absolute gold in the industry. But we aren't finished here, which brings us to step 3, quantify your achievements. Now, we as scientists know that numbers speak louder than words, so swap your vague descriptions for hard data and try phrases like developed an innovative approach to project by improving efficiency in X, optimized process or method and increasing reliability by a measurable impact of X, implemented a cross-functional strategy to a task resulting in an desirable outcome, or for example, demonstrated a scalable technique to achieve something, eliminating such problem or boosting insert the improvement. By framing your skills this way, you're essentially showing the employer the value that you've brought to those projects. Step number 4, trim the length. It's time to be ruthless and say goodbye to listing every single conference you've ever attended and every single publication that you've ever published. Now you'll probably be asking, okay, so what do I actually keep? So for your CV, highlight your most impactful publications and conferences where you actually presented. And if you're wondering, but how will they know about everything else I've done? That's exactly what LinkedIn is for, and we'll touch on that in the next part. Step 5, craft a professional summary. Start your CV strong with 2 to 3 lines summary of who you are and what you bring, something along the lines of an early career researcher with a keen interest in immunology and advancement of medicines for rare inflammatory disorders. Now this will be highly dependent on what you've done, but you get the gist. And here's a pro tip I love. Add a human touch with something like currently loving X, and this could be an interest or a hobby, and you insert that at the end. So for example, currently immersed in reading books by Karen Slaughter, and this is my personal one, so I love Karen Slaughter books, even though they can give me a bit of anxiety when I'm out and about if I read too many of them in a row. Now it's a small thing, but it can make you more relatable and even spark some interview small talk. One last thing, tailor your CV to the field that you're applying to. Now, this doesn't have to be complicated, just think about the focus of the role and frame your skills accordingly. So for example, If it's pharmaceutical, you could highlight regulatory strategies or clinical development. For biotechnology, you could focus on innovation potential in advancing the product journey. For healthcare, this could show attention to detail and patient-first mindset. And lastly, for the R&D, that could be emphasizing scalable methodologies and the big picture thinking, not just the lab work. And finally, let's talk about what not to do. So some of the things to avoid include passive language, because it makes you sound dull and you have to own your own impact. Next, overly technical descriptions. You have to save those details for the interview, otherwise what are you going to talk about? So essentially keep your CV clear and direct for the employer. And lastly, focusing only on the process that you've done in the lab and not the overall outcomes. Don't just describe what you've done, show the bigger picture of why it actually mattered. So there you have it, the key steps to transform your academic CV to be industry ready. Hit that subscribe button for more tips on science careers, life hacks and thriving in your 20s. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!